We got a lot of light for this one. This is Joel Erickson and Brandon Marcello getting out here to the deck a little bit early for this video. Talking to you a little bit about Josh Holsey and what his move back to boundary corner could mean. First of all, some really good stuff from Holsey just on what it was like coming back from that ACL tear.
Yeah, anytime you come back from something like that, you are worried about cutting this way or hitting someone. And he said today when they got in full pads, it's really a day for him to kind of work that all out, at least in his own head. I'm sure he was looking forward to getting back out there, improving himself. But he said really mentally, he's not letting it hold him back.
He's mostly going to play boundary corner. He spent most of his time there. We've seen a couple of things the last couple days in practice. He'll move back to safety and into the dime for a couple of special things they're working on. They've been tinkering with a little bit of a 3-3-5. That's with a star playing the other linebacker.
Yeah.
And then they've tinkered a little bit with a dime with 2 stars. But if you remember from last year, that was something that Ellis Johnson really wanted to do. Clearly, last year they kind of simplified things down just because they had so few people, especially in the secondary. They wanted to keep it simple. He didn't have as many options, especially at star. There wasn't a second star with Garrett hurt. With more people on the field, it sounds like, and we'll check this with Ellis in a couple days, it sounds like he might be expanding those extra packages he wants to use.
I think the strong word there, as you said, is they had to keep things simple last season because a lot of injuries, and one, it was their first year in the defense. And what we're finally seeing, even in these 20 minutes where they're really not doing anything in front of the media, is that they're expanding things. They're getting those sub packages. You see a lot of guys moving around. As you said, Josh Holsey there at safety. The second team, I even saw Markel Boston out there working some safety in that 3-3-5 look they were looking at. So guys moving around. It seems to me that Ellis Johnson feels really good about his guys on the back end.
It's really common knowledge. If most people who follow college football say it's the second year in a coordinator scheme. It's always the second year. And Auburn fans haven't gotten to see a defense that was in its second year in a coordinator scheme in a long time. Actually, I think the last year was the first year I was on the beat. So it's been a while. It's going to be interesting to see just how much of a difference that plays. All the defensive players have raved about how much further ahead they are this year than they were at this point last year.
Yeah, definitely.
Opens up Ellis's options.
Yeah, and linebackers can be stronger. Linebackers should be stronger too. I think that is something we've mentioned before. I mean, Chris Frost, Casanova McKenzie. I think McKenzie is going to probably end up. I think he could end up being obviously we saw what he did last year in the tackle total, but I think he's a guy that people in the SEC are going to go, that guy is pretty good. Yeah. That guy might be in the NFL here soon.
And Frost is a rangy guy, and you kind of saw what he could do at the end of last year. 24 tackles in the last 4 games, and he only had 59 for the entire season. Yeah. So definitely on the front line, they feel pretty good about it. We'll have more, obviously, going through here. It's still kind of a long ways till the game. Longer than I really think in my head. But we'll have a lot more coming at AL.com.